right, good evening, South Texas, and happy Monday. I hope that you had a wonderful start to your work week. It was a warm day across the region, but you would have noticed that it was a lot less humid. I see a few people saying hello. I hope you're doing well tonight. So 90 degrees is what we hit today here in San Antonio, a very warm day compared to what our average is, 86, and no rain in the rain gauge, but we did have a few showers out there south of Highway 90 as we move throughout today. Medium levels of mold are in the atmosphere. Light levels of ragweed and fall elm came in at heavy amounts today. If you were sneezing like me today, that's the culprit right there, that fall elm. Looking out across the region, it's looking like the Morgan's Wonderland camp camera is frozen in time there, not actually daylight. But as we look out from Calaveras Lake, you can see some of the lights there down low, closer onto the lake, northwest San Antonio, looking towards downtown. Nice look towards downtown there, and then you just see the runways out there at the San Antonio airport. Not actually daytime in northern Bexar County there. Seems we have a bit of a freeze in the camera. Looking at the radar, not seeing any rain here in South Texas. Everything that you're seeing that's lit up in green is actually false returns. We do have some shower activity, though, further down to the south, impacting areas kind of just west of Webb County there into Mexico, so across the Rio Grande. And you see that the shower and thunderstorm activity continues to drift down to the south as drier air continues to move into South Texas. A very continental air mass here, so much drier conditions, which will allow our temperatures to fluctuate a good amount tonight. In other words, really dropping. We're going to have 50s in the hill country by the time you wake up in the morning and 60s for everybody else. Right now we're at 66 in Kerrville, 64 in Bernie, 68 in Fredericksburg, 75 in Del Rio, 77 in Carrizo Springs, and still in the 80s down towards Cotulla and Pearsall. Dew point sitting in the 40s and 50s, so that just lets you know that that's that drier air mass compared to the 60s and 70s. And we're going to continue to be on the comfortable side of things, at least each morning, as we head all the way through Friday. Now, once we get past Friday into Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see these dew points climb, and that means that it's going to get humid again, and we'll start to see some rain chances return to the forecast as we head into Sunday and Monday. But future clouds and radar shows high pressure over the region as we head throughout the next couple of days. As we start off the day there on Tuesday, 50s and 60s. 80s and 90s for highs in the afternoon, but remember, lower humidity, so more manageable as far as temperatures are concerned. We'll start off Wednesday with 50s and 60s, mostly clear to partly cloudy, and then we'll be mostly sunny as we head into the afternoon there on Wednesday as temperatures again rise into the 80s and 90s. And guess what? We do it again on Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday as well. That's all because of this ridge of high pressure that's set up over our part of the United States, right over the central portion of the U.S. there. You've noticed that there's a little bit of a ridge going on here. Meanwhile, this is an upper level low pressure that's going to bring a lot of rain to our neighbors there in the southeast. Georgia, the Carolinas, Alabama. They'll get a lot of heavy rainfall as we head throughout the next few days while we stay on the dry side of things. Now, I want to actually play this through a little bit further. So we talked about how we were going to have the ridge, but watch what happens as we head into the end of the week. That timeline in the top right corner, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Weak trough sweeps across the United States as, well, it's not necessarily a weak trough, but a trough is going to sweep across the United States, and it's going to cause a lot of rainfall, but not for us. It's going to be kind of more off to the north. We are still going to get some chances for rain, though, from that. Unfortunately, though, the amount of accumulation we see over the next 7 days, pretty much a quarter of an inch or less for everybody. We're going to be lucky to see any rainfall, which is not good news. We need this rainfall. Remember, Stage 1 water restrictions are in place. 660.3 feet is what the aquifer was at today. It was at the same number yesterday, and the 10-day average at 658.7, which means those Stage 1 water restrictions aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Now, for the month of October, we do have some rain in the rain gauge so far. 0.23 of an inch there. 2.59 was what we ended up with for September, thanks to a lot of heavy rainfall toward the end of the month there. And then you see August was behind. We've only had 3 months this year so far that brought us above average rainfall. And those 3 months account for more than half of the rainfall that we have seen all this year. So July, April, and May were very important in order to keep us ahead of things as far as rain is concerned. Now, we are under moderate drought to abnormally dry conditions across parts of the region. And I think that this map is going to show some improvement as we head throughout this next week because it doesn't take into account the end of September rainfall that we had and then also the rain that we had last weekend. So I think this map is going to show some improvement, but we are still going to have some abnormally dry conditions across our region. You saw that other parts of the state of Texas also dealing with some of that. Looking at Hurricane Sam, still out there in the Atlantic, a Category 2 hurricane way off to the north. It's expected to become a post-tropical system here pretty soon, and it will continue to move off through the northern Atlantic. We'll keep an eye on it, but no threat for Texas or the United States. We do have a low change for tropical development kind of closer on to the Bahamas, and over the next 5 days as it moves closer on to the Carolinas, it will have a low change for development. If it does earn a name, it would be Wanda. That would be the last name on our 2021 Atlantic hurricane season list. If we run out of names, we move on to a supplemental list of names this year. Remember, no more Greek alphabet. The National Hurricane Center changed that. Only 2 other times in history we had to go on to another list. That was 2005 and 2020. So if it happens again this year, no more Greek alphabet like what we did those 2 years. Doing things differently now. Your 7-day forecast shows Tuesday through Saturday, temperatures in the upper 80s for highs, 60s for lows, sunny to mostly sunny sky each day. And remember, drier conditions, dew points in the 40s and 50s, but then once we head into Sunday and Monday, we see those dew points climb back into the 60s and 70s, more humid. With that, a partly cloudy sky and a slight chance for a few brief showers, but not enough rain to do any damage to the drought conditions that we have across the region, just enough to get a little bit of water there in the front yard. That's going to be Sunday and Monday, even if we do see any shower activity, that is. But there's some hope in the forecast. This is day 8 through day 14, beyond the 7-day forecast as we head into the middle to end of the month of October. Looks like we could start to see some above average rainfall, which is very important. We need that. But unfortunately, those who want the cooler, crisp air that you would typically get with October, doesn't look like we're going to have that here for the middle to the end of the month. Above average temperatures forecast, which means upper 80s to lower 90s is what you can expect. Now, your Texas State Park forecast shows that we'll have a lot of sunshine with 60s and 70s for lows tomorrow morning, 80s for highs tomorrow afternoon with some spots in the 90s too. Great day to go out and explore some of our state parks with how nice it's going to be outside. Be sure to go out there, take a lot of photos, and send them to us here at Kent's 5. We'd love to see them. Here's your 7-day forecast again. I hope you all can have a wonderful work week ahead of you as we head into Tuesday. Remember, it is going to be another hot day, but remember, more comfortable compared to what we had on Sunday with those lower dew points. And then, of course, we'll continue to stay in that trend through Saturday. Kind of a boring weather pattern as we head throughout this next week with the weather forecast. So I hope you all can have a wonderful rest of your evening. Remember, we'll keep you updated on everything right here at Kent's 5. We'll have the latest update to news and weather coming up at 10 o'clock, so be sure to tune in. And I hope you have a wonderful night.